Hello students, and welcome to the maths class. Today we will have a look at a new chapter, mensuration. The word mensuration comes from measurement. We will learn about perimeter and area in this chapter. First, we will learn about the perimeter. Later, we will learn about area. We have learned close figures in the last chapter. All these are close figures. Whenever we talk about plane figures, we think of their regions and their boundaries. We need some measurements to compare them to. Have a look at all these figures. Which are plane figures and which are regular figures? Plane figures are those shapes, those are flat and closed in by lines. It can have straight or curved lines, like this circle, the star, the crescent shape, this shape, even this one are plane figures, and some triangles. Now, which are the regular ones? Here they are. The triangle. This is equilateral triangle, this is a square, a rectangle and a regular pentagon. These are regular figures. Why? Because the sides and the interior angles of all these figures, regular figures, are the same. Let us learn more about them. For example, when your family wants to put up a new fence around your home, how will they know how much fencing they need? Yes, of course, they will take a tape and measure around the house, correct? The fencing, how much they require. And what is this boundary called? This boundary in mathematics is called as the perimeter. And we need to know the perimeter of any close figures, or even in a daily life situations, we need to know the boundary. Boundary can be calculated using mathematics, using a special formulas. If there are regular shapes, you can have the formula. Otherwise, you can just simply measure and add the lengths of all the sides. So let us learn more about perimeter. What is perimeter and why are we learning about perimeter? What is the importance of learning perimeter and why we have to do this? Yes, it is very important because the units and topics of perimeter and also area are very important part of mathematics because they are the foundation for understanding the other aspects of geometry such as volume and theorems, which you will learn more about in the higher classes. Now these things help us to understand the other branches of mathematics. Now perimeter helps us to find the distance around a shape. Also in daily life situations we will come across different examples for perimeter. Let us learn more about it. Okay, the perimeter of this closed figure, which is a rectangle. Why a rectangle? Because these two sides are longer than these two sides, which are shorter. The longer ones are called as the length and the shorter ones are called as the breadth. You can see the measurement. These two opposite sides measure equal and these two are of the same measure, that is 5 centimeter. The perimeter of a closed figure is the distance all the way around the figure. Okay? So, let us find the perimeter of this rectangle which is given to us. How do we do it? We do it by adding the lengths of all the sides together. So, let's start. P stands for perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 5 centimeter plus 9 centimeter plus 5 centimeter plus 9 centimeter. So, after adding, we get the perimeter is 28 centimeter. Singular form, not centimeters. Okay. So, The perimeter of this rectangle is 28 centimeter. The units can differ. It can be millimeters, kilometers, meters upon the situation. Now this measurement is taken using the scale. Let's find the perimeter of some figures. The first one. Now if you look at this one, you see all the sides are measured the same. Do you know the name of this figure? Yes, you're right. It's a square. Because in a square, all the sides are of the same measure. Now in this case, it is 6 meters, it is said. Okay, so let's find the perimeter of the figure. Do you know how to do it? Yes, it's very easy. Perimeter means you have to just add all the lengths together and put the unit down. So 6 meter plus 6 meter plus 6 meter plus 6 meter will give us 24 meter, singular meter, and M is in the short letter, okay, small letter, and we write the unit only once for the answer. Here comes another figure. This is a triangle, but if you see, the lengths are different. So this is a special type of a triangle where all the three sides measure different. This is called as a scalene triangle. Here, let's find the perimeter. So our perimeter for scalene triangle will be P is equal to 4 centimeter plus 9 centimeter plus 8 centimeter. Can you guess the answer? Yes, it's 21 centimeter. Oh, here comes the third one. Let us count the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-sided figure, but you cannot call it a pentagon because you see the sides, the length differ. In a pentagon, all sides will be equal like the square. Okay, so let's add the perimeter. Perimeter will be equal to adding all the lengths of the side. P is equal to 15 millimeter. Here the unit is millimeter. Mm, millimeter, plus 4 millimeter plus 7 and so on. Let's add all. It comes to 39 millimeter. So this is how we find the perimeter. I think you will be expert now finding the perimeter, right? Yes. Very good. Let's go forward. Let's now learn about some formula for regular shapes. First regular shape we are going to learn is the square. Since we have seen already that a square has equal length, the length measures the same. A square is a figure with 4 equal sides. Also, the perimeter can be found by adding all 4 sides together, or in a shorter way, we can also find by multiplying the side length, whatever length is given, by 4. So the formula for the perimeter of the square will be perimeter of the square is equal to 4 multiplied by the side. So here, first one, 10 centimeter. 10, 10 and 10. Can you guess the perimeter of this square? Yes, it will be 40 centimeter. You're right. So, we have learned about perimeter of a square is equal to 4. That is the number of sides multiplied by the length of the side. So, 4 into 10 also will give you 40. Let us take an example. Here is a stool and Meena wants to put a red tape around the stool. The side is measuring as 70 centimeter. She has measured it with a scale, each side. So each one is measuring 70 centimeter. Therefore, it means it is a square. Let's put the formula. Perimeter of a square will be equal to 4 multiplied by the side. So 4 multiplied by 70 centimeter. 4 sevens are 28. Take the 0 down. 280 centimeter. So therefore, now Meena knows the perimeter of the stool is 280 centimeter. So then she can use 280 centimeter tape to put around the stool. Very good. Let's go to another shape. Perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Equilateral. Equi means equal. Lateral means side. Equal-sided triangle. This is another triangle. It is a regular shape, not like the scalene. Here in the equilateral triangle, it has three sides and all three sides have the equal length. Very important. So this one is an equilateral triangle. All sides measure the same. So the formula will be perimeter of equilateral triangle. EQ is a short form for equilateral. Triangle symbol you can put, which is equal to the number of sides. Here the triangle has three sides. So 3 multiplied by the length of the side. Okay. So for example, if we have to put the length of the side here to find the perimeter of this triangle given, it will be 3 multiplied by 8 centimeter. What would be the answer? 3 into 8 or 8 into 3 will give you 24 centimeter. Oh wow, this is my favorite. Yes, but I need to give this to my good friend, the box of chocolate. Oh wow, look at the shape of this box. It's in the equilateral triangle shape. How do I know this? Because I measured it. Okay, I need to tie a ribbon around this box and I have measured that each side is 55 centimeter. So let's put the formula. Perimeter of equilateral triangle will be equal to 3 multiplied by the side length. The length is given as 55, so just put down the length. So it will be 3 multiplied by 55 centimeter. Well, yes, the answer will be 165 centimeter. Therefore, I now know that the perimeter of this box is 165 centimeter. And therefore, I will have to take a ribbon which is of length 165 centimeter to tie around this box. Excellent work. Let's go to shape. That is the rectangle. It's again a regular shape because the lengths are same. These two lengths measure the same and these two measure the same. Rectangle has 4 sides, but the opposite sides are of equal length. The longer side is called as the length, or we write small letter L. So these ones are opposite sides and they measure the same. Both of these are called as length. So rectangle has 2 lengths and the shorter ones, the other 2 sides which are opposite to each other, they are called as breadth or small letter B. These ones. So rectangle, remember, it has 2 lengths and 2 breadths. Now the formula will not be a simple one, but it is easy to do it. Here is the formula. Perimeter of this rectangle will be 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Now how did I get this 2? 2 means 2 times length, also 2 times breadth. So therefore the perimeter of the rectangle will be 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Since 2 is common, we bring it out. The distributive property is used, length plus breadth. Let us take an example. Using the formula, we will find the yard, the perimeter. Okay, the coach wants to put a white tape for the football field. Now the measurements are given for us already. The length is 100 yards and the breadth, the shorter one is the breadth, it is 60 yards. Okay, let's find the perimeter and help him out. Perimeter of this football field will be equal to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. That is the formula. Very important. Now, just substitute the length value. Length is 100 yards. Okay, plus breadth is 60 yards. So put 60. Now, don't go to solve everything together. What you have to do is solve what is in the bracket first. Always. Very important. Okay, so our next step will be equal to 2 multiplied by 100 plus 60 will be 160. Now, only two numbers are remaining. You multiply it. Okay, now you know how to multiply easily. No, just 16 multiplied by 2 you can do and bring the 0 down. So 16 twos is 32 and below down 320 yards. Very important is to put down the unit which is given to you. So I will need 320 yards of tape to get all the way around it. Oh yes, now I can give it to the coach. What have we learned today? Plane figure shapes and regular figures. You know the difference now. Perimeter means the distance around the closed figure. Yes, perimeter of different closed shapes we have learned, and perimeter of regular shapes. Like the square, the formula is perimeter of the square is equal to 4, that is the number of side multiplied by the length of the side. Perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to 3 multiplied by side. And perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2 multiplied by length breadth. Okay, this is the homework for you. You can do it. Thank you, students. God bless you. Take care. Stay safe.